But if I say fluctuated, don't cut it out. Let's keep it in there, okay?
What is your story before getting into real estate?
So my story actually starts back in Minnesota. I was born and raised there. I was living in Duluth, Minnesota. I decided, it was about time that I bought a house. I was in the military at the time, and I used the VA loan to buy my first house there. I had a really good experience with my realtor. Fast forward 5 years later, I had a job change come up. So I decided to sell my house. I used the same realtor because she was great. And through that process, I was actually able to profit about $30K. So that kind of got my wheels turning. And so at the next opportunity, when I moved to Texas, I wanted to buy a house. But before I did that, I decided I wanted to get my real estate license so I could really be the one to handle the ins and the outs of that process.
What do you like about real estate?
What I really love about real estate is taking people that have a lot of questions and are really, confused about the process of getting a home and simplifying it for them. Holding their hand through the process and showing them what's possible, answering their dreams and their wishes and their desires. And throughout that whole process, it may seem and feel very transactional. What I really love about real estate is that you can get to know a whole family and help their dreams come to fruition.
What's something not so fun about your job?
So while there's a lot that I do love about real estate, there are some things that aren't always the most enjoyable. For instance, as a realtor, it can really feel like you're on call 24/7. And I would love to be, absolutely. I do have a family and things that I do outside of real estate. I try to make myself as flexible as I can and just be kind of upfront and accommodating as much as I can. But yeah, it can really feel like you're just on call 24/7. It just can be a lot at times. And another thing that I don't really like is breaking the news to clients about not winning a contract. If we're in multiple offer situations and we're hanging by a thread, just waiting for the listing agent to get back to us, when I have to break the news to clients that they didn't win, and it just can be really heartbreaking.
Something funny about your job?
There are some really funny parts about being in real estate. For instance, I've shown homes where nobody was supposed to be there and opened a door, and there's been some things that you might not want to see. Another thing is unexpected pets that come out of nowhere. I've had to chase down cats in people's front yards.
Don't you just look at houses all day?
See, this was me really pulling at it, okay. Some people might actually think that all I do as a realtor is look at houses all day. But I think that there's really a lot to being a good realtor that people don't really see that's kind of behind the scenes. First of all, there's a lot of education that you do as far as continuing education and things like that. Marketing, there's so many different ways to market yourself, online, print. Some people go door to door and door knock people. A lot involved just to essentially find clients and acquire clients. Then you start, helping clients get pre-approved, taking clients on home tours, driving all around, negotiating, phone calls, calling listing agents, calling lenders, calling title companies. Sometimes you just have to do a lot of digging and a lot of research for different properties, and then there's negotiating. And a lot of this is done via email and phone calls. So part of my job, yes, is showing houses and maybe spending an entire Saturday just opening doors one after another. I've seen so many houses that they start to really blend and you can't remember which house you looked at. But really, that's just a piece of the pie.
What do you want future clients to know about you?
Well, something I really would like my clients to know about me is that at the end of the day, this is more than a transaction. I want to do my job, and I want to do my job well. I want people to feel confident that I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm talking about, I'm advising them well, and then that they have a friend that they can trust, that's an advocate for them. I love helping families, and so I have a family. So I want people to know that, if I take my kids with me on a tour on a Saturday because we had to get in a house, then, that's just part of the job. I'm willing to do what it takes.